Hi, this is part 6 of the hosting services series. Let's recap what we did in part 5. Um, we registered the domain, so this one is complete. We'll do a renew and a transfer in a later video. We did create our own personal name servers, so this one is also complete. Now we need to point to those name servers. So let's check. This is where we registered the domain. We created NS1 and NS2. We have the IP addresses for our panel, which is right here. Now, we did call it panel. I did make a minor change. I'll explain later. But our IP is 46, as you can see. So now this one is ready. Now, what I did was I changed this to use our own. Previously it was using Spaceship's name servers. So now that's ready. Let's go to our panel. And here's our domain. If we go to the DNS zone, so now we have one zone, which is this one, and here are the records for it. All domains will have ns1.ultimate-admin.com. All newly registered domains will be pointing to this. So what I did here, and of course this is a template. This is what Hestia control panel does automatically whenever we create a domain. It creates all these records for us. So, and I added this. It's a record for NS1 and NS2. I also added panel to point to the firewall, since we access the panel through the firewall. We could change this to access it directly and change it to 46, but we'll do that. We could do that later in another video. That's basically it. Now once we do the records, once we add them, we could make sure we have we could check them. So now if we say ns1.ultimate-admin.com, okay. Now one thing I did was I asked my provider to give us, it's a point, they call it a pointer. So if we say, you know, our the IP address is 207.231.104.46. Now if we look at the pointer or reverse DNS, I asked them to make it point to mail.ultimate-admin.com. A lot of mail servers check for this and would like to see that this IP address points to the mail. And I'll show you quickly what happened if I use this, our mail server cluster. If I go to spam quarantine, I did send a message to myself, and notice it said that's before I made the change. It said that the mail is unknown, so it put it in the spam folder. It it did not deliver it. So after that, I did send another message, and it went through okay. And here's the message that went through after I made the change. Okay. And by the way, this is Proxmox Mail Gateway. That's what we use as a gateway. It's very, very good. We'll probably do a video on how to set this up. Now that we have the domain created and DNS records created and everything, to create an SSL for this domain and all other future domains, we go to domains and edit domain, and of course we make sure it's pointing to the correct IP address, and we enable SSL for this domain. Now we could use our own, the one that we created, the wildcard, but that was a trial for 1 month, so we'll be using Let's Encrypt from now on. So we do this, and the next thing we do is we go to mail, go to the mail domain, and I have already added uadmin, so we could test this. Now this gives us the complete instruction if we want to set it up using Outlook or any other client, but we could access webmail right from here. Open webmail. Our super secret password. Okay. One thing to do is when we create a mail domain, we have to edit, and we check enable SSL for this domain, and it will create the SSL certificate. But we must have to enable this encrypt SSL, ensure that DNS records exist for mail.ultimate-admin.com and webmail, and of course we do. If we look at the records, we have mail and we have webmail. Okay, now let's test it. Let's go to let's say okay, let's say test 2025 -05 -07 at 1:57 p.m. Test 1:57 p.m. Send. Okay. And we have it. Okay. Okay, so that now we have completed this. Let's check with this. Point your domain to your personal completed. Create DNS completed because our panel already created all those. Verify. Yeah, let's do that. We've already verified one, but let's I'd like to use MX Toolbox, and we say ultimateadmin.com MX lookup, and okay, mail.ultimateadmin, great. DMARC, okay, that looks good. So SPF, SPF lookup, okay, and DCAM and DMARC, okay, this one is completed. DMARC is published. Completed. DCAM. We have to right here. It says we copy this. And it's there. Good. So all these are completed. Now, next time we'll probably create a website. Right now it's, let's say if we go to domains and visit our website, it will give us the default template. This is the default page for Hestia panel. I guess that's it for this video. I'll see you next time.